The Bears, the Chicago Bears, have a winning record. Yes, I said that. They have a winning record right now. I gotta smile a little bit. I gotta be a little bit happy, bro. Like, I got some family members that have been through absolute hell with the fucking Chicago Bears. I've literally watched almost all their games in the past 15 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. And, you know, it's yo, you're not subscribed? Why are you not subscribed? Come on, man. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't do that. I know you ain't a hater. Just subscribe to your boy. Come vibe with me. All we do is talk football here. Come vibe with the homie. Let me know what you guys want to see. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. All right, now back to the video. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster, man. But hey, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the game tonight. We're talking about Chicago versus the Washington Commanders. You know, we all know what happened. Hail Mary. Commanders won last year. And this was a get back. Like, this was Chicago Bears get back. Like, they should have won that game last year. But they, you know, DB decided to taunt the fans in the stands. We all know what happened. They lost. But this is their get back, bro. And it's not really, I don't even look at this as a revenge game for the Bears, right? They won 25-24. The media and the way people have been talking about the Chicago Bears has been crazy. Oh, they got a little hair right there. But the way they've been talking about the Chicago Bears has been crazy. And I know on the East Coast, we talk about football different, right? I'm from the East Coast, from Philly. Now I live on the West. The East, we just take, you know, it's just the media's entirely different, much more intense. The fans are more crazy, right? And everything has been so negative around the fucking Bears, dude. It's drove me absolutely nuts. I'm like, we have not given this team literally any time to breathe. Dude, I don't like everybody talk about Caleb last year like he was bad. I'm like, I watched every single game. Do you know what type of shit was going on there? The coaching staff was ass. The defense went horrible. They turned absolutely atrocious after freaking Matt Eberflus left. Like, they were solid before they turned to ass. The offensive line was absolute ass. And people were just expecting Caleb to overcome all that? How? What quarterback's going to overcome all that? And let alone he has no run game along with the offensive line being bad. They're having him pass 35, 40 plus times per game. And people are telling me that he played bad. I'm like, bro, he managed. Like, what the fuck are you seeing? Like, he managed. Like, yeah, at times Caleb didn't play good, held onto the ball too long. We all know that, right? You know, evade the pocket, start running out. There were things he had to work on, no question. But to sit here and act like he was bad, like he didn't have that good of a, I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. So, you know, they bring in Ben Johnson, and this year it's just been a little bit up and down, right? And when it comes to new head coaches and a young QB, since when is the standard they need to be good right off the bat? I've been so confused. I've seen people cover Caleb and Ben Johnson, like literally a week or two in, people were already giving up on them. I'm like, since when has that ever been the standard? Oh, what? Just because he's a number one overall pick? So that's a standard? They only get this long, then they're bad? You know, like I saw Cowherd talking it up with Brady. And Cowherd's thing is, in their second year, if they're not playing good by Thanksgiving, then they're probably not the guy. And you saw pushback. Like, I was watching that. Tom Brady gives some pushback. He's like, like that quarterback position is hard, you know? Like, you could tell that Brady didn't agree with that. And to agree with that is absolutely insane. Like, some of these guys we give time. And during the course of this year, like, even through all the Bears losses, I've been seeing Caleb and Ben Johnson kind of have some chemistry, right? Like, they're kind of getting on the same page. It's coming along. It's not coming along fast, right? It's coming along at a slow pace, I'd say. But I'm starting to see it. It may not be at the speed fucking fans want and the media want, but I do see it happening. And, you know, this game was huge for the Bears. It was huge. I mean, they're 3-2. They have a winning record. They have a winning record in the NFC North. The NFC North with the Minnesota Vikings, who can still compete even without their quarterback. They got Carson Wentz in. Green Bay Packers, you know, we talk about them like a Super Bowl team. Detroit, We talk about them like a Super Bowl team, even after the loss that they just had. But I'm overall, I'm really impressed with the Bears. I'm really impressed with the Bears, dude. And Caleb, I mean, dude, he's literally, if you watch the last couple games, that dude is distributing the ball to everybody, dude. Literally everybody. Like what are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He threw the ball to 8 different people tonight, dude. Just literally getting it out everywhere. And there are still some things that I do see in Caleb's game that do need to continue to improve. And I still think there's time and room for him to improve. But for people to sit here and act like he should have been good right off the bat, I think that's absolutely crazy. And Ben Johnson to give him no breathing room. Like some of the really good head coaches that we see right now in the league, they were fucking not good right off the bat, right? I literally can think of them right off the top of my head. 2 guys come to mind. Same coaching tree. Kyle Shanahan, not good off the bat. They struggled, right? Even with Jimmy G, like when Jimmy G came over, he still struggled. Sean McVay, he had his guy. He had Jared Goff. They struggled in the first year. I could go on and on about coaches, but for some fucking reason, people try to act like Caleb and Ben Johnson had to be good right off the bat. People acted like they damn near had to have a playoff berth, dude. Yeah, some people I respect and some people I love listening to. That's the way they talk about the Bears, and I just don't see it. But yeah, man, I know I'm going on a rant about the Bears, but this is huge because this is just going to get some people off their back, dude. Give them some breathing room. Like, this team has potential. Just let it blossom, dude. Just give it time. So, big night for the Bears, dude. I mean, Caleb, what did he go? 252, 1 touchdown. Didn't have a single interception. And then Swift, we saw Swift at the end, like he was beasting, right? He's playing good. And this is what I've been waiting for Swift. Like when he was with Philly, he was good. And then with the Bears, I just haven't seen it yet. Just maybe the back end of this season, the second half of this season, maybe DeAndre Swift is going to turn up. And if he does turn up, this running game will only make the Bears offense that much better. I mean, we saw Ben Johnson when he coached with Detroit. The run game with Montgomery and with Gibbs, it made that offense like potent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Detroit's offense can score fast and they're dangerous. Like, they are a dangerous offense. And I'm not saying that the Bears are going to be that or do that, but you get a rusher for 100 yards on 14 carries. That's a good step. And, for them to cap it off the way they did as well, dude, Jake Moody. I know that when Bears fans saw that he was going to be the kicker tonight, they were like, we're cooked. I know it. They're like, we're cooked. Even when I saw him, I was like, oh shit, they're playing him. I'm like, he's super shaky. Maybe a change of scenery will help. And sure enough, he had the 1 block, but the rest of the night, dude, Jake Moody was balling. Like, he looked good, dude. He looked good. He looked better than his San Francisco self. And that game-winning field goal, that's huge. And that's a lot of pressure. Washington didn't have the timeout to ice him, but I still just massive kick by Jake Moody. And it's kind of a cool thing to just watch, right? You see a player struggle like that, even though it's a kicker. You see a dude struggle like that for so long, and to just have those moments where he's winning teams' games, literally coming in, not even being there that long, it's just something that's really cool. So congrats to Jake Moody, man. Like, that was a clutch ass kick and a massive score for the Chicago Bears at this point in the season. And then on the other side, dude, the Commanders. I think the Commanders are still a pretty good squad. They came into this, who was it? Noah Brown. Noah Brown was hurt. Terry McLaurin is hurt. Like, if you don't have those guys, Terry McLaurin, he's paid like a top wide receiver, and he does play like a top wide receiver. So that'll be pretty hard for Jaden Daniels not to have his guys in, right? So that kind of affected them on offense. Their defense, dude, I've never really gotten with it. I'm just like, they're just kind of mid. Like, I kind of think they play soft, but at times they're kind of a little bit opportunistic, a little bit. Not the biggest fan of their defense. And I feel like for the most part tonight, Chicago Bears were kind of going up and down the field. Commanders also were kind of going up and down the field too, so I'm not going to just shit on the Commanders defense. But hey man, you win the turnover battle, there's a good chance you win the game, right? And the Chicago Bears won the turnover battle. They did have some sketchy fumbles that didn't go in the Commanders' way. Like on that, what was it, the kickoff? The kickoff or the punt? I'm trying to remember. It was a kickoff, yeah. But yeah, the ball landed on their side. You know what I mean? Like it just went in their favor. But with the Commanders on offense, dude, I know Jaden's coming back from injury, and you don't really see it. Like it doesn't seem like Jaden's hurt, but I just feel like the vibes are kind of off on offense, right? The running back, Krosky, Merritt, like that kid's good. Like I think he's a pretty damn good running back, and they traded away the other running back. So I think that this kid, Jacory, he's going to be better going forward. That's just the way I see it. But I do think Jaden coming back from injury, I feel like the vibe is a little bit off on offense. And I don't really feel like they're meshing to like their full potential. I know people like to throw around the word sophomore slump with Jaden Daniels, which maybe he is. Maybe he is on sophomore slump. I mean, all those guys from last year's draft, I mean, they're not playing the best. But he just dealt with injury and he just came back. So that may be affecting their offense. But for whatever reason with the Washington Commanders, the vibes are off, dude. I don't feel it from them this year. I still think they're a good team and I still think they have potential. But I just don't get the same magic we saw last year. And I mean, last year, that's a crazy scenario, right? You got a rookie Jaden Daniels, right? Nobody's expecting the world from him. Everybody's just hoping for some potential. Goes out there, plays like a top 10 quarterback right off the bat, right? They end up clinching the playoffs. They end up losing to Philly. But even for the Commanders to go as far as they did to the fucking NFC Championship game is absolutely nuts, right? But going into this year, I was like, that'll be really hard for them to like match what they just did on that first year. And I feel like I'm kind of seeing that this year. I really do. You got Dan Quinn calling the defense. I don't know. I just don't really fuck with Commanders defense. I don't know, dude. Like, going into the season, everybody talked about the Commanders being the oldest team in the NFL. On defense is where I really feel like I see it from them. They just seem slower than everybody. Honestly, like they really do feel like they play slower. I know they have the young corner Amos, however you say his name. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but I know they have some young guys, but whenever I watch them on defense, I really do feel like I'm just seeing the age on that defense. And in this NFL, with how pass heavy it is, and in the NFC has crazy roster talent, right? AFC, we talk about the quarterbacks. In NFC, you'll hear people talk about the rosters. Right now, I think that the NFC is better than the AFC. I'm going to tell you that right now. Lots of people like to lean AFC. NFC is better overall, in my opinion. And there's a lot of like great young talent throughout these teams. And with the Commanders, like I said, on that defense, dude, they just give me an old vibe. And I don't know going forward. I don't know how they're going to hang with some of these teams, but I'm not saying to give up on the Commanders because I still think they're a threat to pretty much anybody in the NFC. But their defense in that age just kind of holds me up, man. I just don't see it from them. But yeah, this was a massive game for the Commanders and Bears. Commanders, this is a prime opportunity for them to get a win and to try and compete with Philly in the NFC East. They really needed this win. Like, I know that we got time left in the season, but with the Eagles being down 2 and just not looking the best in the last 2 games, this was an opportunity for them, even with the injuries, to just kind of swing, the momentum within the division and get that W and try to compete with Philly. They still can, but this is they really need to go out and get this, dude. And it's in conference too. And then for Chicago, it's all divisional with them. Like, their division is just stacked, dude. Like I said, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, that division's tough as hell. I mean, the lowest team, Minnesota, sitting at 3-2, and the Chicago Bears are tied at 3-2, and then you got 4-2 Detroit, 3-1 Green Bay. Just a tough ass conference. So this is a good win, especially in a tight race in the NFC North. But yeah, man, a really good Monday night game. It was a really good Monday night game that literally came down to the wire for Jake Moody making that kick.